Oh, hello, can I offer you a cup of timey-wimey? When I was in 5th grade, I looked a lot like Emma Watson, and I was the same age as Hermione was supposed to be, and it was around the time that they weren't sure if Emma Watson was gonna come back for the second Harry Potter film or not, and I managed to convince everyone on my bus and in my class, but I particularly remember on my bus, that I was going to replace Emma Watson as Hermione Granger, and I convinced them so much so that to this day there are people that will come out of the blue who are on my bus who I haven't seen in a while and will bring it up because they remember how convincing I was. In my senior year of high school, I got to play Liesel in The Sound of Music. This was really important and cool for me because Liesel is actually the first role that I ever wanted to play because The Sound of Music was one of the first musical movies that I ever saw. And when I was little, I would run around as her. I never wanted to be Maria, I always wanted to be Liesel, and in my senior year I got to play her, so it felt very full circle. It was also really cool because I got to play opposite my best friend Alex. He was playing Rolf and I was playing Liesel, so we got to like learn how to waltz together, which was fun because if I was gonna at least have to look silly and ridiculous with anybody, I'm glad it was him. The only downside to it though was that I had to make out with my best friend, and that was awkward because he's like a brother to me, but you know what? I could have been paired with someone who was unattractive, and Alex, you are attractive, so thank you for that. I'm fluent in American Sign Language. I took it for 3 years in high school. I started in 10th grade, the same year that I was like finishing Italian and taking the New York State Regents for that. So I took it for 3 years in high school, and after your first year of sign language, you are technically 95% fluent, or you learn 95% of sign language in your first year. And then 2 years later, I took my New York State Regents testing for that, got 100, so I'm fluent in American Sign Language, and it is something that I am unbelievably passionate about. There is only one person in the world that I would immediately switch lives with if given the opportunity, and that is Blake Lively. She is beautiful and perfect and on Gossip Girl, and she plays Serena Vanderwoodson, and she gets to wear the coolest things, and I just love her. And now she's married to Ryan Reynolds, which is just reaffirming this fact, and she's best friends with Florence Welch, who sang at her wedding, and like, need I say more? I'm really into nail art, which you might know if you follow my Tumblr or my Instagram. I'm kinda good at it, I hope, I think, maybe. Most of my life I've been really tiny. I used to be super small, like waist-wise and height-wise. Up until 10th grade, I was like 4'10". I think I became 4'10" in like 9th grade, and before that I was 4'8" for like the longest time. And then before 10th grade, I had a 7-inch growth spurt. Yep, 7 inches. And so I've been growing since then, but that was my like major growth spurt, was all before 10th grade, and I suddenly like shot up, and all these friends that I had that had always been taller than me felt my wrath. Ha ha ha, you know exactly who you are. I am a very passionate person, and what I mean by that is that I am, look at me with my like Italian movements and everything. Is it clear that I'm a passionate person? Is it clear? I'm very into things or not into things. Like for instance, I'm very into Doctor Who, obviously. I'm very into that. I'm very passionate about it, and so I'm like totally energetic and gung-ho about it. And then I am really not into Taylor Swift, and so I'm very passionate about not being into her. And if you like Taylor Swift, don't take offense to that. My sister loves her too. My favorite TV show of all time is The West Wing by Aaron Sorkin, closely followed by Gilmore Girls. I'm a huge fan of both of them, as you guys would know by my Luke smug at the end of the video. You guys know that I like Gilmore Girls, but The West Wing will forever be my favorite TV show, and there are like very few moments in my life where I've gotten more excited than I was when I got to see Bradley Whitford, who plays Josh Lyman on the show, on Broadway in Boeing Boeing. Like, there are very few moments that I've gotten more excited than I was at that moment. If you haven't seen The West Wing, you should probably go and watch it. It's on Netflix. You have no excuse. Unless you don't have Netflix, which, what? And those are 8 things that you might not have known about me! Thank you for watching, and if you liked this video, be sure to like it and share it and do all those things, or don't, that's fine too, but if you wanted to, I wouldn't protest. And remember, snitches be crazy. Bye! This is what I have to offer to a relationship, men. A TARDIS mug. That and Oreos. I also have Oreos. I think that's the selling point. I'll wear your granddad's clothes. I'll look mediocre, probably. Tell me this isn't the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. If you just said that, you're not only lying to me, but you're lying to yourself. And you're lying to your country.